My stepfather was a draper. My stepfather was a draper. We await your response. We await your response. He goes to work by bus every day. He goes to work by bus every day. I want to travel the world. I want to travel the world. Is her grandmother a teacher? Is her grandmother a teacher? I will be the referee of this match. I will be the referee of this match. After one evening cannot insist. After one evening cannot insist. We are chatting in English. We are chatting in English. You will never see me again. You will never see me again. Even if you fail once, don't give up and keep trying. Even if you fail once, don't give up and keep trying. Then buy a ticket to our team and apply it with John. Then buy a ticket to our team and apply it with John. Are you organized? Are you organized? It's too early to wake up. It's too early to wake up. Later I learned that the law was on my side. Later I learned that the law was on my side. If you want to improve your English, you should study vocabulary. If you want to improve your English, you should study vocabulary. Can't he read every day? Can't he read every day? I can't convince him to come with us. I can't convince him to come with us. Can it appear after 2 weeks? Can it appear after 2 weeks? He was born on February 20th. He was born on February 20th. Will you watch a football match on TV? Will you watch a football match on TV? Should I appeal later? Should I appeal later? You can have dessert if you eat all your vegetables. You can have dessert if you eat all your vegetables. This restaurant is busier than the restaurant next door. This restaurant is busier than the restaurant next door. The plan is to launch the new product next month. The plan is to launch the new product next month. I'm not qualified to understand quantum physics. I'm not qualified to understand quantum physics. We need to finish this project before the given date. We need to finish this project before the given date. Can't we touch at 1 p.m.? Can't we touch at 1 p.m.? Her brother-in-law is hardcover. Her brother-in-law is hardcover. He will finish his book by the end of the week. He will finish his book by the end of the week. We traveled to New York. We traveled to New York. Sometimes you are a contractor. Sometimes you are a contractor. He drew a portrait of his sister. He drew a portrait of his sister. He has to make a presentation at the meeting. He has to make a presentation at the meeting. I have to answer in 3 minutes. I have to answer in 3 minutes. Does it have to appear? Does it have to appear? Would you like to join me for dinner? Would you like to join me for dinner? You're welcome. You're welcome. Your flight departs from gate 15. Your flight departs from gate 15. Can we set up a meeting to discuss the progress of the project? Can we set up a meeting to discuss the progress of the project? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I'll put vinaigrette on my salad. I'll put vinaigrette on my salad. Depends. Depends. He will have found a new job by next month. He will have found a new job by next month. I was chewing on my pencil while I was thinking. I was chewing on my pencil while I was thinking. If I find my keys, we can go. If I find my keys, we can go. Would you like to join me for dinner? Would you like to join me for dinner? From. Why are you going to school? Why are you going to school? Who exactly should I send this message to? Who exactly should I send this message to? You have a lot of work. You have a lot of work. We'll join another. We'll join another. Call security. There is a suspicious person in the store. Call security. There is a suspicious person in the store. Can he build every week? Can he build every week? I can go to school. I can go to school. Slow. Slow. Let me think. Let me think. Mary was aware of this situation. Mary was aware of this situation. Hey Susanna, come talk to me. Hey Susanna, come talk to me. He said to his friend, I will study abroad next semester. He said to his friend, I will study abroad next semester. Do you have gluten-free options for crackers? Do you have gluten-free options for crackers? My teacher told me, you have to practice more to get better at math. My teacher told me, you have to practice more to get better at math. He works hard. He works hard. How much time do we have before the movie starts? How much time do we have before the movie starts? Can't object after 5 years? Can't object after 5 years? The dog dug a hole in the backyard. The dog dug a hole in the backyard. There is a typo here. There is a typo here. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. We hope to reach our goals this year. We hope to reach our goals this year. They play video games on the weekends. They play video games on the weekends. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Let's play charades. Let's play charades. Trustworthy. Trustworthy. Why don't we study together for the exam? Why don't we study together for the exam? Where is the nearest supermarket? Asked. Where is the nearest supermarket? Asked. Does it fail sometimes? Does it fail sometimes? The movie interests him. The movie interests him. How long will I need to stay in the hospital? How long will I need to stay in the hospital? They were tired after the long journey. They were tired after the long journey. This is a book. This is a book. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Everyone ate the cake. Everyone ate the cake. Do you like hiking? Do you like hiking? It gets more challenging as the project progresses. It gets more challenging as the project progresses. Should it be voiced? Should it be voiced? I didn't sleep all night and as a result I felt exhausted the next day. I didn't sleep all night and as a result I felt exhausted the next day. He couldn't find his sunglasses. He couldn't find his sunglasses. I would like to make a reservation. I would like to make a reservation. Blue sky is brighter than gray clouds. Blue sky is brighter than gray clouds. He had his bike painted a different color. He had his bike painted a different color. I am deeply in love. I am deeply in love. John is taller than me. John is taller than me. Did you study the piano before your recital? Did you study the piano before your recital? I'll try to ping it. I'll try to ping it. You're going to the gym later today. You're going to the gym later today. The flowers were arranged in a vase. The flowers were arranged in a vase. What is your heart telling you? What is your heart telling you? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? There is an over limit in the bank account. There is an over limit in the bank account. The meeting between the two leaders focused on trade agreements. The meeting between the two leaders focused on trade agreements. We watched a comedy show. We watched a comedy show. I will be the referee of this match. I will be the referee of this match. Baby is sleeping. Baby is sleeping. Do you like cooking? Do you like cooking? By the end of the day, they will have fixed the problem. By the end of the day, they will have fixed the problem. You may have a cough when you have a cold. You may have a cough when you have a cold. I have to call the doctor to set up an appointment. I have to call the doctor to set up an appointment. I won't be able to attend the meeting tomorrow. I won't be able to attend the meeting tomorrow. Spoil. Spoil. They had already seen that movie, so they decided to watch a different movie. They had already seen that movie, so they decided to watch a different movie. His siblings are translators. His siblings are translators. I'm behind you. I'm behind you. Students are preparing for the graduation ceremony. Students are preparing for the graduation ceremony. He often visits his grandparents. He often visits his grandparents. Can he become a player after 5 days? Can he become a player after 5 days? Some people think dogs are better than cats. Some people think dogs are better than cats. He sat in the park and enjoyed the sun. He sat in the park and enjoyed the sun. The team is working hard for the championship. The team is working hard for the championship. Can I talk about nighttime? Can I talk about nighttime? You added too much salt to the recipe. You added too much salt to the recipe. I need some help. I need some help. Your mission is a bit silly. Your mission is a bit silly. 2. I am sure he will be very successful. 2. I am sure he will be very successful. Do they become real estate agents in 1 hour? Do they become real estate agents in 1 hour? I visited the city where my grandfather was born. I visited the city where my grandfather was born. There is a high probability of rain tomorrow. There is a high probability of rain tomorrow. Was to leave. Was to leave. We used to go skiing every winter. We used to go skiing every winter. Your sister is a tailor. Your sister is a tailor. Fall into water. Fall into water. What seems to be the problem? What seems to be the problem? We were passing through the countryside. We were passing through the countryside. My nephew is a musician. My nephew is a musician. Is your friend a butler? Is your friend a butler? I was very impressed with their skills. I was very impressed with their skills. Questionnaire. Questionnaire. We are engaged. We are engaged. My parents will retire next year. My parents will retire next year. The coffee shop on the corner is more crowded than the one across the street. The coffee shop on the corner is more crowded than the one across the street. He was not a horseman in the twilight. He was not a horseman in the twilight. We crossed the busy street. We crossed the busy street. Do you climb? Do you climb? Didn't he jump at dawn? Didn't he jump at dawn? Were his brothers surgeons? Were his brothers surgeons? It is not decided immediately. It is not decided immediately. He will start his training in September. He will start his training in September. Consistency in exercise leads to better physical health. Consistency in exercise leads to better physical health. They cook for their families every night. They cook for their families every night. You should save some money for emergencies. You should save some money for emergencies. Is there a children's playground in the restaurant? Is there a children's playground in the restaurant? Do you know who John is? Do you know who John is? What is your favorite sandwich filling? What is your favorite sandwich filling? I have never eaten this. I have never eaten this. I worked at the school for 1 year. I worked at the school for 1 year. I have a concern. I have a concern. Are her siblings nurses? Are her siblings nurses? I am silent. I am silent. I need some help. I need some help. The car is fast. The car is fast. Does your brother like basketball? Does your brother like basketball? I'm going to the tennis courts. I'm going to the tennis courts. I want to travel the world. I want to travel the world. Was my grandson a veterinarian? Was my grandson a veterinarian? I couldn't escape. I couldn't escape. It was clear before. It was clear before. Is there a shoe aisle in the store? Is there a shoe aisle in the store? Do you have any children? Do you have any children? Is her colleague a pharmacist? Is her colleague a pharmacist? The car has been running for 5 hours. The car has been running for 5 hours. The designers will create a new collection for the fashion show. The designers will create a new collection for the fashion show. I told you everything about me. I told you everything about me. Is your brother a consultant? Is your brother a consultant? In conclusion, didn't I play before? Didn't I play before? Have you watched a good documentary lately? Have you watched a good documentary lately? Can't buy normally. Can't buy normally. You like playing tennis, right? You like playing tennis, right? How to cook ribs. How to cook ribs. Was your husband a lawyer? Was your husband a lawyer? Can I have the steak well done? Can I have the steak well done? Normally I can't get hurt. Normally I can't get hurt. I wouldn't organize. I wouldn't organize. My family is very important to me. My family is very important to me. I will be working on my car this weekend. I will be working on my car this weekend. Couldn't they focus? Couldn't they focus? The store had finished the shoes before I could get them. The store had finished the shoes before I could get them. Can you count now? Can you count now? What did you have? What did you have? Will they rise? Will they rise? The house was decorated for the party. The house was decorated for the party. If he had a guitar, he would play in a band. If he had a guitar, he would play in a band. He will finish his shift and go home after that. He will finish his shift and go home after that. They were debating which restaurant to go to. They were debating which restaurant to go to. Sometimes he didn't. Sometimes he didn't. Such things. Such things. Your nephew is rower. Your nephew is rower. Next year he will have started his own business. Next year he will have started his own business. Can you close the window? It's getting cold. Can you close the window? It's getting cold. The economic crisis led to high poverty rates. The economic crisis led to high poverty rates. Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? In which aisle are the chips located? In which aisle are the chips located? He lost his wallet on the bus. He lost his wallet on the bus. You must make a reservation for dinner. You must make a reservation for dinner. After 2 weeks I wouldn't force it. After 2 weeks I wouldn't force it. She is a talented singer and performs at local venues. She is a talented singer and performs at local venues. He plays video games all morning. He plays video games all morning. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. They took a painting class to explore their artistic side. They took a painting class to explore their artistic side. We had fun on vacation. We had fun on vacation. The bus stops here. The bus stops here. Should we work overtime to meet the deadline? Should we work overtime to meet the deadline? He did not practice driving, so he did not pass the test. He did not practice driving, so he did not pass the test. Insists. Insists. You have to be a player every week. You have to be a player every week. They will have completed their research by the end of the month. They will have completed their research by the end of the month. There is very little time left to finish the task. There is very little time left to finish the task. Where is the train station? Asked. Where is the train station? Asked. I have a lot of courage. I have a lot of courage. The cat purrs when you stroke it. The cat purrs when you stroke it. Shall we start the presentation now? Shall we start the presentation now? This dress is expensive. This dress is expensive. After the snowfall, they made a snowman. After the snowfall, they made a snowman. The streets were flooded after the storm. The streets were flooded after the storm. I started a blog to share my recipes. I started a blog to share my recipes. He listened to music while cleaning the house. He listened to music while cleaning the house. Shall we talk in 2 days? Shall we talk in 2 days? Do you have sugar-free options? Do you have sugar-free options? You are so kind. You are so kind. Sorry, I can't help you. Sorry, I can't help you. He's too busy to meet us. He's too busy to meet us. Students will take their final exams next month. Students will take their final exams next month. Well, you learn from your mistake. Well, you learn from your mistake. You cannot drive until you have a license. You cannot drive until you have a license. And can I have an espresso, please? And can I have an espresso, please? Did he try now? Did he try now? Didn't you set a monthly limit? Didn't you set a monthly limit? Can't you normally be a chef? Can't you normally be a chef? Please avoid strenuous activities for the next few weeks. Please avoid strenuous activities for the next few weeks. He will learn to play golf. He will learn to play golf. I need to finish my work, but I also want to exercise. I need to finish my work, but I also want to exercise. He's too sick to come to work today. He's too sick to come to work today. Aren't they 2 weeks from the advertiser? Aren't they 2 weeks from the advertiser? They didn't see that movie, did they? They didn't see that movie, did they? Do you travel a lot? Do you travel a lot? Weekly consultant. Weekly consultant. These people are in the park. These people are in the park. They will go on a sea voyage next year. They will go on a sea voyage next year. As I understand it. As I understand it. If it doesn't rain, I'll go out. If it doesn't rain, I'll go out. Where can I find paper products? Where can I find paper products? He's been drawing the picture for several hours. He's been drawing the picture for several hours. I shouldn't do the occasional pathologist. I shouldn't do the occasional pathologist. We were so lost in the city. We were so lost in the city. How many countries have you visited? How many countries have you visited? They visited their grandparents' house. They visited their grandparents' house. I have an appointment on Friday afternoon. I have an appointment on Friday afternoon. Have you connected before? Have you connected before? I'll have panna cotta for dessert. I'll have panna cotta for dessert. Is there a waiting list for a table? Is there a waiting list for a table? Where can I find canned goods? Where can I find canned goods? Your relatives were barbers. Your relatives were barbers. They love to travel and explore new places. They love to travel and explore new places. I live in a small part of the city. I live in a small part of the city. The movie was great and I can't wait to watch it again. The movie was great and I can't wait to watch it again. The surgery went well. The surgery went well. How's the weather? How's the weather? He doesn't eat meat. He doesn't eat meat. Shouldn't you usually referee? Shouldn't you usually referee? The child is beyond criticism. The child is beyond criticism. They may already be gone. They may already be gone. This is great. This is great. We must pay attention to our environment. We must pay attention to our environment. Can you recommend a nice dessert? Can you recommend a nice dessert? Then, I am confident, so I will do well on the test. I am confident, so I will do well on the test. He should call his family more often. He should call his family more often. When the game is over, I will have watched my team win. When the game is over, I will have watched my team win. Can you be responsible? Can you be responsible? I'll have to get a new bucket. I'll have to get a new bucket. They decorated the room themselves. They decorated the room themselves. He told me, I can swim. He told me, I can swim. He should have bought the blue shirt instead. He should have bought the blue shirt instead. We forgive but we don't forget. We forgive but we don't forget. My secretary at dusk. My secretary at dusk. I can't see any lessons in today's English. I can't see any lessons in today's English. Book by J.K. Rowling. Book by J.K. Rowling. If she had bought the dress, she would have worn it at the party. If she had bought the dress, she would have worn it at the party. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I am the father of 3 children. I am the father of 3 children. I will do laundry tomorrow night. I will do laundry tomorrow night. Did we have homework? Did we have homework? What a helpful friend. What a helpful friend. Wouldn't he believe it from time to time? Wouldn't he believe it from time to time? Will it take off right away? Will it take off right away? Whose garden are we in? Whose garden are we in? Wouldn't he be a poet after one night? Wouldn't he be a poet after one night? Your stepson was the surrogate. Your stepson was the surrogate. Are there many people in the park? Are there many people in the park? The boy wearing the blue shirt is my cousin. The boy wearing the blue shirt is my cousin. Should they borrow every week? Should they borrow every week? They had been arguing about the movie for a while before deciding to watch something else. They had been arguing about the movie for a while before deciding to watch something else. They arrived in time for the concert. They arrived in time for the concert. How do you stay motivated at work? How do you stay motivated at work? Doesn't he confess? Doesn't he confess? I am going to hospital. I am going to hospital. We went to school. We went to school. Can you be a pharmacist at dusk? Can you be a pharmacist at dusk? The door was accidentally locked. The door was accidentally locked. Was my grandson a veterinarian? Was my grandson a veterinarian? I will buy a new phone. I will buy a new phone. Have you traveled for business recently? Have you traveled for business recently? I want one of these. I want one of these. The door was open, so I went in. The door was open, so I went in. Measurement. Measurement. He can win after 3 years. He can win after 3 years. Has this happened to you before? Has this happened to you before? I should never limit. I should never limit. Don't they come in every day? Don't they come in every day? You should not interrupt others when they are speaking. You should not interrupt others when they are speaking. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. Why are you studying English? Because I want to travel the world. Why are you studying English? Because I want to travel the world. There are no empty seats in the theater. There are no empty seats in the theater. Art. Art. How can I help you? How can I help you? Why don't you come to us? Why don't you come to us? After the snowfall, they made a snowman. After the snowfall, they made a snowman. Rarely am I not an agent? Rarely am I not an agent? You were not the focus. You were not the focus. Was our grandfather a fireman? Was our grandfather a fireman? Flowers bloomed in the garden. Flowers bloomed in the garden. We must be responsible for our actions. We must be responsible for our actions. Can I ask a question too? Can I ask a question too? He needs to save money for his future. He needs to save money for his future. We have been waiting for the bus for a long time. We have been waiting for the bus for a long time. My friend plays the guitar very well. My friend plays the guitar very well. My hotel was in a rundown area. My hotel was in a rundown area. If you mix red and blue you get purple. If you mix red and blue you get purple. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? The movie starts at 8 p.m. The movie starts at 8 p.m. I can go to the concert tonight. I can go to the concert tonight. They are very supportive of each other. They are very supportive of each other. Do not tell me. Do not tell me. Can you give me directions to the nearest gas station? Can you give me directions to the nearest gas station? We will have lunch and then we will go to the park. We will have lunch and then we will go to the park. Can I have my burger rare, please? Can I have my burger rare, please? I don't like to work. I don't like to work. He flew to New York for a business trip. He flew to New York for a business trip. The team's effort was deemed insufficient to win the match. The team's effort was deemed insufficient to win the match. The mistake was forgiven by the teacher. The mistake was forgiven by the teacher. Then I may not be organized. Then I may not be organized. They were playing basketball in the gym after school. They were playing basketball in the gym after school. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my head. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my head. The international community consists of states, international organizations and NGOs. The international community consists of states, international organizations and NGOs. I'm sure the weather will be fine tomorrow. I'm sure the weather will be fine tomorrow. Do we not improve from time to time? Do we not improve from time to time? They were swimming in the pool. They were swimming in the pool. This makes sense, but I'm still not sure I understand. This makes sense, but I'm still not sure I understand. I will work in the library from 2 to 4 tomorrow. I will work in the library from 2 to 4 tomorrow. They should give notice later at 2 a.m. at midnight. They should give notice later at 2 a.m. at midnight. Can I access the internet? Can I access the internet? They have to prove it daily. They have to prove it daily. Soon. Soon. We had to cancel our outdoor picnic due to bad weather. We had to cancel our outdoor picnic due to bad weather. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. If the weather is nice, we will go on a picnic. If the weather is nice, we will go on a picnic. He found his keys. He found his keys. Can't make it after a year? Can't make it after a year? You understand. You understand. Can't we be linguists for 2 weeks? Can't we be linguists for 2 weeks? Do you sell fresh dairy products? Do you sell fresh dairy products? The noise made by the construction workers was unbearable. The noise made by the construction workers was unbearable. Can I add a tip to the bill? Can I add a tip to the bill? Does your hotel have Wi-Fi? Does your hotel have Wi-Fi? He could be a truck driver for 2 weeks. He could be a truck driver for 2 weeks. The musicians will compose new songs for their album. The musicians will compose new songs for their album. Can't I analyze at sunset? Can't I analyze at sunset? Never fear. Never fear. I was a writer back then. I was a writer back then. I'm sorry I missed him. I'm sorry I missed him. I booked a hotel room. I booked a hotel room. Do you have a suitable twin room? Do you have a suitable twin room? If there's no wind, I'll go outside. If there's no wind, I'll go outside. They may not be fishermen after a year. They may not be fishermen after a year. We'll start last year. We'll start last year. I want to sleep with you. I want to sleep with you. How much is the total? How much is the total? To make a decision. To make a decision. His wife was the manager. His wife was the manager. The state reopened the road. The state reopened the road. He was able to fix the broken computer. He was able to fix the broken computer. We'll review. We'll review. Can you pass me the salt, please? Asked. Can you pass me the salt, please? Asked. You want to do better, right? You want to do better, right? You weren't bathing at sunset. You weren't bathing at sunset. Try again. Try again. Can you drop me off at the airport? Can you drop me off at the airport? How do you work? How do you work? Happy to help. Happy to help. I'll create a week or two. I'll create a week or two. She will be getting ready for her dance performance. She will be getting ready for her dance performance. I often volunteer at a local charity. I often volunteer at a local charity. Annie had a cold too. Annie had a cold too. Approximately how many CDs do you have? Approximately how many CDs do you have? I'll have apple crisp for dessert. I'll have apple crisp for dessert. I didn't have time for lunch. I didn't have time for lunch. Your brothers were cameramen. Your brothers were cameramen. They traveled to many countries. They traveled to many countries. We appreciate your business. We appreciate your business. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. Bought a new coffee maker for the kitchen. Bought a new coffee maker for the kitchen. I'm meeting John at the park at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'm meeting John at the park at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We were discussing our plans for the weekend. We were discussing our plans for the weekend. Anyway, I have to go. Anyway, I have to go. It is very complicated. It is very complicated. The boy playing football in the park is really good. The boy playing football in the park is really good. They should not be surrounded often. They should not be surrounded often. Why are you learning to swim? Because I want to scuba dive. Why are you learning to swim? Because I want to scuba dive. What the hell are you doing under the table? What the hell are you doing under the table? Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk? Can you drop me off at the airport? Can you drop me off at the airport? When the oven beeps, the food is ready. When the oven beeps, the food is ready. Can they be lifeguards? Can they be lifeguards? I need to study for the exam, she told him. I need to study for the exam, she told him. He's fixing a broken chair. He's fixing a broken chair. This time tomorrow I will be studying for my exam. This time tomorrow I will be studying for my exam. Bus. Bus. We enjoy hiking in the mountains. We enjoy hiking in the mountains. Was your stepmother an alchemist? Was your stepmother an alchemist? My goal is to travel the world. My goal is to travel the world. Did you get my email? Did you get my email? The blue pencil is cheaper than the red one. The blue pencil is cheaper than the red one. I understand. I understand. We'll need to change your bandages. We'll need to change your bandages. Is there a customer service desk here? Is there a customer service desk here? How much milk is left in the jug? How much milk is left in the jug? I don't touch my nose with my elbow. I don't touch my nose with my elbow. Is my uncle a boxer? Is my uncle a boxer? Have you ever had a ready meal? Have you ever had a ready meal? I was playing football when you came. I was playing football when you came. I want to lose weight and get in shape. I want to lose weight and get in shape. Can you come for a checkup tomorrow? Can you come for a checkup tomorrow? Her brother-in-law is an insurer. Her brother-in-law is an insurer. Are you a bus driver? Are you a bus driver? She doesn't know that she is. She doesn't know that she is. Thanks in advance. Thanks in advance. Not all come. Not all come. The message was left on the answering machine. The message was left on the answering machine. Were we rented? Were we rented? They are dancing at the party. They are dancing at the party. Do they study English at school? Do they study English at school? He is a successful businessman. He is a successful businessman. You jump weekly. You jump weekly. Aren't you normally supposed to be a sportscaster? Aren't you normally supposed to be a sportscaster? The package was delivered this morning. The package was delivered this morning. I'm learning to play the guitar, he said. I'm learning to play the guitar, he said. Thank you always. Thank you always. Resignation. Resignation. He gave his suit to the dry cleaners before the wedding. He gave his suit to the dry cleaners before the wedding. Did they always agree? Did they always agree? Can I get a refund for this product? Can I get a refund for this product? The house they bought is near the beach. The house they bought is near the beach. I had a cream in town. I had a cream in town. In its place. In its place. If I see him, I will forward the message to him. If I see him, I will forward the message to him. We are going shopping this afternoon. We are going shopping this afternoon. I'll have bread pudding for dessert. I'll have bread pudding for dessert. The book was recommended by a friend. The book was recommended by a friend. I have reservations about eating at this restaurant. I have reservations about eating at this restaurant. Could you please provide a list of your current medications? Could you please provide a list of your current medications? Can I have onion rings with my meal? Can I have onion rings with my meal? They use cars alternately on trips. They use cars alternately on trips. They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. He studied abroad in Spain. He studied abroad in Spain. I'm not sure I want to believe you. I'm not sure I want to believe you. When it rains, I like to stay home and read a book. When it rains, I like to stay home and read a book. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm a stay-at-home dad. Afternoon. Afternoon. Tomorrow they will clean the house. Tomorrow they will clean the house. We couldn't hide. We couldn't hide. You should start physical therapy soon. You should start physical therapy soon. I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed after that. I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed after that. They will study for the exam. They will study for the exam. What kind of computer games do you like? What kind of computer games do you like? Got work in 2 weeks. Got work in 2 weeks. They can always serve. They can always serve. I want to lose weight and get in shape. I want to lose weight and get in shape. Do you play any instrument? Do you play any instrument? They live in the house in my building. They live in the house in my building. I don't want to lose my losses for love. I don't want to lose my losses for love. By the time he finishes his studies, he will have already started working. By the time he finishes his studies, he will have already started working. It does not undertake 1 week later. It does not undertake 1 week later. I couldn't leave at dusk. I couldn't leave at dusk. I wish I could play guitar like Jimi Hendrix. I wish I could play guitar like Jimi Hendrix. We love playing board games and our friends love them too. We love playing board games and our friends love them too. Neighbors or teachers? Neighbors or teachers? Which do you prefer, mountains or beaches? Which do you prefer, mountains or beaches? Negative. Negative. You were hopeful last year. You were hopeful last year. I must let you know at dusk. I must let you know at dusk. The company is expanding its product range. The company is expanding its product range.